I'm hoping you will have at least a few blankets, a couple blocks, and a strap this morning. And track down clean off my glasses so I can see you better. So this poem I'm going to read you this morning is called I don't know if they pronounce it Tilico Lake. Anyway, this is a lake that's high in the Himalayas. I actually got to go to this lake. It sits at just over 16,000 feet. And so, you know, you're doing days and days and days and days of walking when I was in Nepal with my niece. And then when I arrived at this lake, I read this poem out loud to her, and we sat there. And I think it translates to some of what we are experiencing now. So let's go ahead and take a comfortable seat. Just allow yourself to connect to the ground beneath you. To lengthen your spine up towards the sky, and then to drop your attention to your breathing. And if you're comfortable doing the Ujjayi breathing, you can bring that into your practice. Or simply just balancing the inhale and exhale. Whichever you have chosen, can you make the breath smooth? Can that smooth quality of both the inhale and the transition and the exhale, can you fully embody that smoothness? Tilicho Lake. In this high place, it is as simple as this. Leave everything you know behind. Step toward the cold surface. Say the old prayer of rough love and open both arms. Those who come with empty hands will stare into the lake astonished. There, in the cold light, reflecting pure snow, the true shape of your own face. In this high place, it is as simple as this. Leave everything you know behind. Step toward the cold surface. Say the old prayer of rough love and open both arms. Those who come with empty hands will stare into the lake astonished. There, in the cold light, face. And at the bottom of your next exhale, you can release any control on your breath. Bring your hands together in front of your heart. And this morning we'll chant the sound of Om, and I'll sing the Sahana Vavatu, Sahana Bhunaktu. So together may we be protected, together may we be nourished. May our practice have great energy, and may it help to illuminate any of the darkness. And may we not dispel or hate each other. Taking a deep inhale. Sahana Vavatu, Sahana Bhunaktu, Savidyam Haravavai, Tejasvina Varim Tamastu, my Vivyashavai. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And with your next exhale, you can bow your head towards your heart. Release your hands and lift your gaze. So we're going to go into the Kalabati breathing. So that is the bellows breathing. And sometimes it's helpful for people to have a hand on the solar plexus. This is where the pumping action of the exhales come from. The inhale is passive. You don't have to think about the inhale or do anything about the inhale. These are just fast, short, repetitive exhales out both nostrils. The inhale will come in. We're going to do 3 rounds, all set a pace of about 30 exhales each round. All right? So, and the other piece of it, so what we'll do is when we begin, we'll inhale through both nostrils. We'll exhale back out both, partial inhale, and then we'll begin. And we'll do about 30. At the end of that number, we'll exhale completely, and then inhale fully and suspend the inhale. When you suspend the inhale, you might tone through the deep belly, draw this up and in, you'll feel the chest open. And then when you need to, you'll just exhale completely. And then we'll inhale deeply through both, Exhale out both. Short inhale and do another round. Okay? All right. So here we go. Inhale through both nostrils. Exhale. Partial inhale. Exhale completely. Inhale deeply. Suspend the inhale. Exhale completely. Inhale through both nostrils. Exhaling. Partial inhale. Exhale completely. Inhale deeply to suspend. Exhale fully. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. And the last round, partial inhale. Exhale completely. Inhale deeply to suspend. And exhale completely, just resting for a moment, just normal breathing, whatever your body needs. All right. And then we'll open both eyes and you're going to come over. Oh, let me show you. We're going to do this little movement, actually, a little sequence on all fours. And I don't think it's not a complicated movement or anything like that. But I'll just give you basically the moves are going to be about inhaling on all fours. Exhale, we're going to go to extensions. We'll stay there for a full inhale and a full exhale. Then we're going to inhale, release, and you'll come back. So if you need a little pillow or something, you'll put it there. You'll come back here with the inhale. Exhale, we're going to do a simple twist. The inhale will come back to all fours. So that's what it's going to look like. I'll talk you through it. I just wanted to change this so I can see you a little better. Okay, fabulous. All right. So please come to all fours. We'll take a few cat and cows to begin. So you're going to be inhale and exhale to cow. So you'll be inhale table, not cow, exhale cat, sorry. Inhale cow. Exhale cat. Inhale cow. Exhale, cat. And do one more of each. Cow pose. Are you being smooth with the breath? Cat pose. Again, smooth, long breath. Your next inhale, table. Exhale, right arm out, left leg back. Inhale, you might take right arm forward, lift the left leg. Exhale while you're still there. Another full inhale. Exhale. Inhale, release, come to sitting. With your exhale, turn to the right. Inhale, table. Exhale, right leg back, left arm out. Inhale, lift the leg, take the arm forward. Exhale, stay there. Inhaling. On the exhale, stay. Then your inhale, release. Shift back. Your exhale, turn to the left. Inhale, all fours. Exhale, right leg back, left arm out. Inhale, lift the leg, take the arm forward, support your low back. Deep breathing. Your next inhale, back you go to kneeling. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, you'll go all fours. Exhale, left leg back, right arm out. Inhale, lift the leg, take the arm forward. Stay there for the exhale. Another full inhale. Another exhale, and then your inhale, back you go to kneeling. And exhale, twist left. One more time. Inhale, all fours. Exhale, right leg, left arm. How smooth can you make the breathing? Lifting the leg and the arm. Stay there for a full inhale, a complete exhale. Your inhale, you go back. Take your time. Your exhale, you twist. And then take your second side on your own. Reaching into the earth, supporting your body as you move. The inhale, when you're ready, you come back to kneeling. The exhale, twisting left. Inhale, coming back to center. And then the exhale, can you come into either puppy or downward facing dog? So either puppy or downward dog. If you're in downward facing dog, reaching back through both heels, go ahead, bend your left knee, reach the right heel back at the same time that you reach all the way forward. Shoulder blades to the upper arm bones, all the way to the index finger. Inhale deeply, and with your next exhale, switch sides. So you bend the right knee, reach back through the left heel, both the inner and the outer heel, as you strongly reach forward into the finger pads and the knuckles. Breathing deeply. And then pick up the left heel, inhale. So now both heels are lifted. Exhale, just reach back through the heels. It doesn't matter if they touch the ground or not. Just reach back through both heels, both the inner heel and the outer heel. And then inhale, we're coming to plank pose. Inhale, plank. Exhale, bring the knees down. Oh, I'm attached to my shirt here. Okay. Stretch back, child's pose. I got distracted in my ear being attached to my arm. Good. Inhale, come back to all fours. Exhale, plank. Inhale, downward facing dog. Stay in downward dog. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, bring the knees down. Inhale, just stretch the hips back. So there's this arms forward kind of child's pose. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, plank. Inhale, downward facing dog. Stay there for the exhale. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lightly touch the knees down. Inhale, back towards an extended child's pose with the arms forward. One more time. Inhale, come forward, all fours. Exhale, plank. Inhale, downward facing dog. Stay there for a breath. Exhale, plank. Lightly touch the knees down. And stretch back to a child's pose, arms extended. And you're going to stay in that child's pose for a full breath, just breathing deeply. And then inhale, bring yourself back up. Great. And then do you have your blocks nearby? Have your blocks nearby. And let's go ahead, take our hands up on our blocks if you've got blocks. Step the left foot forward, lift the back knee, and come into a low lunge. Can you drop back into the smooth quality of your breathing? Like you were when you were sitting. So the legs are strong here. Are you strongly, can you find the right inner thigh and strongly engage the right inner thigh towards the midline of the right thigh bone? Remember the inseam of the right thigh. Reaching down into the left heel. Start to lighten the fingers on your blocks. And let's inhale, come upright. Arms can either be wide. Keep reaching back into the back leg as you lift up through the chest. Inhale, lift both arms. Reach through your fingers. Inhale, your arms out. Exhale, bow forward. Step back. You can have hands on blocks if you like for downward facing dog. Inhaling deeply. Exhale completely. Inhale, right foot forward. If I work on the smooth quality of my breathing when I'm doing my yoga practice, it makes me curious, how does that transfer to my life? Sometimes, how smoothly and how much attention can I pay to just being in a real present moment, quality exchange with myself, how will that transfer to others? And when you're ready, let's inhale, take the arms out. And up. Your next inhale, take the arms out. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, step forward. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway. And exhale, bow. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands back in front of the heart. Let's inhale, lift both arms, Virabhastasana. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, downward facing dog. Again, you're welcome to use your blocks if you like for your hands. Let's inhale, lift the right leg. From the right inner thigh, lift the right leg, come on the ball of the left foot, and bring the right foot forward. Low lunge. Inhale, upright. Inhale the arms out. Exhale to plank. In your plank pose, inhale, come up onto the toes. Inhale forward. Exhale into the heels. Two more. The inhale, come forward. The exhale, straight back. The inhale forward. The exhale back. Inhale forward. Lower the knees. And bring your chest down. Connect into the ground. Find the legs, the strength of the legs. And let's inhale to a cobra pose. Letting the heart rise, the collarbones broaden. Exhale, lower. Inhale to all fours. Exhale, downward facing dog. Of course, puppy pose is always an option. If this is too much weight on the wrists, take puppy. And with the next inhale, lift your left leg. Come up on the ball of the right foot. And exhale, knee to chest all the way forward, low lunge. Inhale, upright. Inhale, the arms.
Hey, Lynn, you're frozen.
Oh no, sad. Frozen Lynn.
Now you're not. Now you're fine.
Oh, I thought out. Who knows? You never know what's going to happen. All right. So coming up to standing. If you're not in standing, make a transition to standing. Yay. Well, you all know what you're doing. You're all experienced. So even when I disappear or freeze, you just keep going with your practice, right? Just keep on going. Let's take a strap. And you could take a strap or a scarf or whatever. I am trying to find out if we're gonna what we're gonna do with all the props at the studio. So if you're low on props, I'm gonna find out if we can sell any of these props to you. I'll let you know. Some of the props are going to the prison, but I don't know if they're all going. So I'll check in and see what the plan is. In case you need a strap, some more blocks, things like this. All right, let's inhale the arms just halfway, straight ahead. So notice, here we are in standing. Earlier this week, we did some work just to tune into the transversus abdominis, that deepest abdominal layer. So in standing right now, can you find that deepest abdominal layer that wraps around the midline, that pulls those two hip bones just subtly toward each other? Engage that deep abdominal so that now when you inhale and you lift both arms up, there's still a little tone in the belly, because how do you support yourself from front to back? Support the body front to back. And then let's take the hands wider. Bend your elbows. So I like to have my wrists about as wide as my elbows or a little wider. So I still have that tone in the belly. And now lifting at the top of the breastbone and starting to take the wrist back. So top of the breastbone is rolling up. Can you also bring that awareness of from your breastbone to your collarbones, that tissue, pec major, can you lengthen it? Lengthen it up to the collarbones. So you feel the collarbones, they rolled up, and maybe ribs 1, 2. Remember the work we did with those? Some of you might remember. We lifted the front 2 ribs up. Oh, it gets so tight, doesn't it? And then with your next inhale, we'll take the arms back up. Lifting the kidneys up as well, bringing the kidneys back in the body, reaching them back, and then relaxing both arms down. Take your strap in one hand. Good, and then we'll sit the strap down. Let's open the side body a little more with Parsvarthanasana, side angle pose. So if you'll take a wide stance, you've got your blocks, and you'll put 1 or 2. We'll go to your right first, so you can put a block or 2 blocks at the right outer shin. And then when you're ready, here we go. When you inhale, take the arms out. And exhale, as you bend the front knee, point the pelvis, the perineum towards the back foot. Yes. That's it. The palm is either facing toward the ground or behind you. So strongly reaching into the back leg, the left outer heel. And the left lung, the lung that's up towards the sky, the skyward side lung, what happens if you think of reaching it all the way to the hand? Let the lung on that side slide up into the rib cage. Breathe into that side body. Straighten your elbow. And then inhale, come up. And release both arms. Mm-hmm. And let's bend the feet the other way. All right, here we go. Inhale, lift both arms. Exhale, Parshvanasana, side angle. That's it, beautiful. Yeah, you're reaching into your back heel, opening through the side body, and reaching out that top arm. My gosh, that's it. And that's beautiful. So beautiful. Yeah. Great. That's it. And what about on the heavenly side arm, the lung on the right? Can that lung on the right really reach up into your right hand? How does that move and what happens when you think about the organ? Great. Breathing deeply into your low back, your low ribs on the right. And then when you're ready, inhale, come back up. Let's make relax your arms, make your feet parallel. We're gonna take a wide-legged forward fold. So if you'll take your hands on your hips and lift through the top of the breastbone. Let's exhale, bow forward. Hands can find the ground on blocks or the floor. Let's walk the arms forward, downward dog arms, balancing the weight between the ball and the heel. And can you hear, drop back into that smooth breath? The smooth quality of the inhale, the pause, and that elegant exhale. Two more full, smooth breaths. And then let's walk your hands back. Let's take one more twist while we're here. So if you'll bring your right hand into the space between your two hands on the block or the ground. Reach down into the earth from the feet, from the back of the right shoulder, all the way into the right hand as you twist. Exhale, come to center. Switch the hands, reach down, lengthen forward and turn. Center. Bow forward, walk the hands kind of toward that space between the feet. Shake the head a little bit. Release any tension in the neck. Walk the hands back out. Shift them up to your hips. And inhale, come back to standing. Yeah. And then we'll step the feet together. And mountain pose. All right, let's take tree pose, Vrikshasana. So if you want to be by a wall, that's totally cool. You'll stand left side of your body next to the wall. Otherwise, you can stand on your mat. And when you're ready, we're gonna shift the weight to the right leg. So right there, as you shift, can you still find the midline of the leg, the core of the right leg? So the greater trochanter is not out to the side, but you've drawn everything towards midline. Feel that strength running up from the inner thigh. Unweight the left foot. And arms in any position. We'll take the arms out if they're up. Release your foot. Ready, second side. The inner thigh, that whole compartment, draws to midline of the thigh. Unweight the foot. The arms can be wide, in front of the heart, up by the ears. Can your gaze be straight ahead? Release the arms. Release the foot. Mountain pose. Great. And hands in front of the heart. Anjali Mudra. One more time. Inhale, lift both arms. And exhale, hands in front of your heart. And release your arms. All right. I want to, let me show you this. Let me tilt this down a little bit. I wanted to really open up through the space between the diaphragm and you have the transverse colon here, right? And your diaphragm above that. And this space, the heart above the diaphragm, I want to open that space a little bit. So I'm going to give you a couple options and you'll pick which one is going to be best for you. Option one is how we usually go, where we take the blocks end to end and we stack, one, maybe two blankets on top of that. And then some of us, really need a little extra support for the back of the neck. So you can always take a blanket or a pillow to kind of support the cervical. If you take this version, if you choose this version, when you come down, you'll put the shoulder blades on the stack, hands behind the head. You might lift the hips to start. Elbows will be toward each other. And you might have the hands behind the head the whole time. You'll lower the hips to the ground. And here, I'm really thinking about this space across the front here. If it's okay, if my head is fine, I'm gonna reach my overhead, palms to the sky. Oh, arms. Let me show you the other version in case you want to choose it. It's going to look, I'm going to actually take these 2 blocks and stack them on top of each other. And I'm going to put 1 blanket on that to pat it, like a soap. And I might have this other blanket be there in case I need a little support for my neck. So this is just a higher tower, and I patted the tower. And on this one, again, I'm going to take the shoulder blades there, hands behind the head. I'm going to lift my hips and come back. I could keep my hands behind my head. Here, I really love the 2 directions here. So that this is headed towards the throat. This is opening up. I want my breathing to feel like I'm supporting it. So I'm going to very carefully just bring the hips down some. If my neck is okay, I'm going to reach my arms out. So can you pick one of those versions? And once you're there, once you've picked one of these, can you lift through the top of the breastbone? Can you feel that space between, at the lower ribs, where the transverse colon is, right below your diaphragm? Heart rising. Let me see if I see any, if I have any feedback for you all. Of course, most of you I can't see anyway, but hopefully you're really working to expand that space. Keep opening that space at the right below the diaphragm. Lifting, and the heart is fountaining up and over. And we'll just take 1 more full inhale and exhale. When you come out, you're going to take hands, if they're not behind the head, bring them behind the head. Elbows toward each other. Lift your head with your hands and bring the hips to the ground if they're not. Great. And then we'll straighten one leg, come up to sitting. Then if you have 2 blocks end to end, you're cool. Those of us that went for a little taller stack, we'll go down to the 2 block end to end with a blanket on top. And we're just gonna sit up on top of that. So you're gonna sit on that. I'm gonna turn this way so I'm facing you. And then can we bring the left heel towards the right sit bone, or a little over towards the right side, and maybe the right foot across. And then we're going to twist towards your right. All right, so you're turning to the right. So the liver, can you see underneath the rib cage, liver is spinning to the right. And the right lung is turning to the right. The right lung moving a little bit away from the heart, so it's not nestled quite as tightly. And then we'll come back to center. We're going to switch sides. So right heel to the left sit bone. And you can either keep the left foot on that side or cross it over. And we're turning towards the left. Left lung, turning left. Lean left. And then let's come back to center. All right, let's, you can come off of that plate, of those blocks. And if your legs, sometimes both of it, some of you might have had your both legs straight on those twists, but otherwise all of us can take our legs straight. Yeah. And just give the knees a little rub. The legs, excuse me. Take the hands back, fingers pointing forward, just for Dandasana. Lift through the front of the chest again. Reach out the balls of the feet. And then release that. Okay. Now let's take one more twist. And in this twist, we're going to take Bhadrajavasana, which is the pose of the sage. So if you'll take a blanket and fold it so it's kind of like a rectangle, but it's kind of like a square. It's in between. And then we'll sit up on the corner of that blanket. I'm going to sit on the corner of that point, and take both feet off to your left. So the sole of my right foot is going to be at the front of the left knee. I have my left leg back in Virasana. If that's uncomfortable for you, you could take, let's see, you could take just a straight leg version. Otherwise, I have kind of this shape. We're going to be turning to your right. So left hand comes to the outer right thigh, right hand behind you. All right, so now lift through the front of the chest, and you'll feel your left sit bone just begin to rise up like a, like a pastry in the oven. So let the left hip rise, the left sit bone become more light. Let's keep the gaze up to the right. And then we'll exhale and release. And take the other side. Feet up to the right. I only have weight really on my left sit bone, on the left side of my leg, my outer left leg right now. The right one is floating. And as you bring your right hand across and your left hand behind, and begin to really lift up through the chest. Remember what you were just doing over those blocks a little bit ago. There is a little back bend here. We're going to keep you turn the head and keep the gaze lifted for this version. So right sit bone is lifted, buoyant. Another deep inhale. And then we're going to exhale and come back to center. Great. All right, we're going to come off that prop. if I had a bolster, a big round bolster, I would use that right now. I put it on the ground, but I'm don't have one, so I'm not. But if you had a big round bolster, put it there. Otherwise, take two blankets, folded lengthwise, and stacked on top of each other. Okay. And then if you won't sit on those blankets to start, you're just going to be right in front of them. You're going to lie back on the ground, feet on the floor, lift the hips, put the blankets under the pelvis. Oh, a strap. A strap could be good here. Let's grab the strap. All right. So let's take the strap. We're going to bring both knees up. And we're going to take the strap over the feet. Take both legs up. You can, I sometimes wrap the strap around the back of my hand. And I'm just going to draw my legs in toward my chest. So just the top of the sacrum, I feel, is touching the blankets. Great. All right. And then bend both knees. Take the feet together. You've got the strap around the ankles, knees wide apart. I'm just going to hold either onto the strap or onto my shins. Probably the strap, just to keep my feet a little towards each other. And then we'll bring the arms outside of the knees back toward the chest. I don't have to worry about the strap. You can put it down and just give a little hug to the knees. And then we'll bring one foot to the floor and the other foot to the floor. Just pause for a moment with the pelvis up on your blanket. And then go ahead and press into the feet, lift the pelvis, slide your little stack toward your feet, and then a little further so that we're going to take Shavasana here. You're welcome to have the blankets under the knees. So we'll take Shavasana, and then I'm keeping time, and I'll bring us up, and we'll practice pranayama, some Nani Shodhana. So coming down to resting. Resting down into the ground. And then if you'll just begin to deepen your breath. In this high place, it is as simple as this. Leave everything you know behind. Step toward the cold surface. Say the old prayer of rough love and open both arms. Those who come with empty hands will stare into the lake, astonished. There in the cold light, reflecting pure snow, the true shape of your own face. And as you make a mindful transition up to a comfortable seat, and we'll practice Nadi Shodhana, alternate nostril breathing. So if you bring the right hand, you can take the pointer finger and the index finger and tall finger into the palm. So you'll end up with your thumb, ring, and pinky. Bring those up to the cartilage of the nose, just below that hard cartilage. And inhale through both nostrils. And exhale out both nostrils. Constrict the right, inhale left. Pause at the top. And constrict the left and exhale right. Inhale right. Constrict the right, exhale left. And can you do 4 more rounds? your next exhale left, you can release your right hand. And then bringing your hands in front of your heart. Namaste.